Hi, Lady Jing here. Today's topic is a very common question and concern I have heard from male. Does size matter? Does my penis size matter in sex and intimacy? Okay, let's talk about it. When I heard the question, comes with the concern and judgment, self-judgment, which is, oh, my penis is average size, or it's on the smaller side. I wish my size is bigger. I really feel that desire, not just a desire. And I really feel that for a lot of male, mostly when they grow up, they do not have a brotherhood or community like girls do to talk about all this. So that deep desire is rooted inside of them and vulnerable and tender, and that's directly linked with a competitive sense that I want to be a great lover and I wish my size is bigger. What make it worse is if there's a hostile comments from a girlfriend, they will get more concerned as, oh my gosh, I am doomed, I'm not a great lover. This is a very vulnerable and highly charged topic for male. Does size really matter? Okay, let's get to it one by one. When people share the concern about that it's not big enough or they wish it can be different, right? I always ask them, what would you like to achieve with your size? Just so you know, adult penis size is 4.5 to 6 inch. Majority of the men are in that category. If you're in the range, and what can you do to change it? Well, physically, not much unless you're willing to go through surgery. I believe majority of the people were not willing to do that. Then how can we tackle the constant burden in your mind? Yeah, ask yourself the question, what would you like to achieve if you can change the size of your penis? The common answers I have heard were, well, I want to be a great lover. I want to make my partner happy. So let's say in a heterosexual relationship, that means I want to make her happy. My response is, that's wonderful. So do you think the most important thing to achieve what you want is the size of your penis? Usually there will be a silent moment. When we are single-minded focus, no matter male or female, single-minded focus on the size of a penis literally means that the size of the penis equal to the quality of their sex. And what do you think? Is that true or false? Well, as a sexuality coach, as a sex educator, I can tell you that's not true. Why size, even you have an average size penis, is such a big concern for many people. Some female also judge their sex or intimacy based on the size of penis. So that is heavily influenced by pop culture media and pornography. As we know, pop culture media and porn are not real sex education. Those porn stars were selected based on special purpose. When we lack of sex education, real sex education, meanwhile a male comparing his size to a specially selected group plus like visual effect created by camera, then you're doomed to hurt your ego and hurt your confidence. And what porn does is to exaggerate those visual effects without educating that there's so many more to create a intimacy and great sex. Your brain is very competitive, wired for competition. So how to compete well based on number, based on size, all those effect, help them to feed in the male brain wiring. Oh, in order to compete well, I need to increase my number. What can you do if you are really burdened by this question? Few things you really need to pay attention to. First is get real sex education. For example, understand female arousal. Do you know that the highly aroused area in a vagina is 1 to 3 inches into the entrance? Yes, 1 to 3 inches at the entrance is a high arousal area. And also understand your own arousal will work better, right longer with your partner. The second thing is to understand sex, sexuality, intimacy on a holistic level. When I hear people keep battling with this question that my size, I wish my size is bigger, it's very much like they put all the burden of the sex quality and intimacy quality onto one body part. I want to say poor penis. One body part has to take so much pressure. Do you know that size is really just one factor and not even the most important one? Let me give you an example. Have you watched figure skating? It's not just on the technique. It's a balanced score, the technical skills, the transition, and the composition, and also the interpretation of the music, right? If one person just practice heavily on one single area, guess what? There's no way that this person can be a champion. Think about in your sex and love life, right? If you just single-minded focus on something that you literally cannot change, your physics, right? The size of your penis. That's like saying that you heavily focus on the technical skills of a figure skating and rely on that one thing to be a champion. Well, champion here will be a great lover, right? And there's no competition because you can create that intimacy dynamic with your partner. So many other things you need to take into consideration to create great intimacy and sex. So what are the things? Your presence. You're physically here with your partner, but are you really present? Is your mind somewhere else? Another factor is emotional safety. Do you feel emotionally safe with your partner? And does your partner feel the same with you? Because good intimacy requires we really be ourselves and be present at that moment and co-create the dynamics and the chemistry and be primal and be creative. All that take it into consideration to create a great intimacy. If you have an average penis size, but you really put effort to improve your connection with your sexual energy, your presence, and your understanding of female arousal and your own body, guess what? The whole quality of your sex just will skyrocket. The last but not the least is erotic skills. Erotic skills can mean how you use your whole body in sex and intimacy. Hands for touch, your finger, your mouth, and there are different ways of touch. This is where tantric sex, Taoism practice, and also erotic blueprint skill set come in handy. Some people just go directly to skill. But what I have seen that in order to lift the quality of your sex life, and all three things are very important. How you connect with your body and with your partner's body, you get proper sex education. How do you view the container of your relationship with your sex, with your intimacy? And knowing that there's so many more factors you can influence, you can learn and practice, you will be much less obsessed with, oh, what's the size of your penis? And the third one is erotic skills. They are equally important. I would say the first two factors should go first before you learn more skills. If you just learn skills, and that can be a rapid but short change, with all three areas, that will give you lasting change. All right, give me a thumbs up, a comment if you find this is helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and share.